Greetings, Scrapple fans, and welcome back to MCW Shameless in Shirebrook. And the next match is a tag team contest. Team 1 consisting of these two, the Big O Ottis and Mr. Fahrenheit. As general manager and announcer, Poison kindly points out. And there you see the bizarre and unusual Mr. Fahrenheit. Then again, Ottis isn't exactly the most orthodox of wrestlers. This tag team contest was put in at the request of the Brute Squad. He really doesn't like Ottis. Has challenged Ottis to a tag team contest and says, "You bring a partner, I'll bring mine." We now know the Brute Squad's tag team partner isn't Knightmare, but the newly recruited Matt Messiah, yet to make his in-ring debut. You see Ottis being friendly. There you see Mr. Fahrenheit being disturbingly friendly. Brute Squad with Mr. Fahrenheit with his amorous tendencies. As I pointed out earlier, the Brute Squad's tag team partner, the new member of seemingly Knightmare's alliance, Matt Messiah. We saw these two earlier interfering in the Jack Union and Venom contest. Knightmare, Brute Squad, Matt Messiah distracting Venom, allowing Jack Union to get the spear and the win. And after the match was over, Knightmare sent these two minions, disciples, I'm not sure what you call them, but they cleared house, the result of which Venom Jack Union puts the differences aside, challenging these two to the contest. And you have to wonder, is that what Knightmare wants? Knightmare playing mind games. And Knightmare seems to be amassing quite an army from students from the School of Hard Knocks, people that perhaps he believes he sees potential, doing things his way, who knows. Mr. Fahrenheit and Ottis having a contest of their own, seeing who's in the ring. And it looks like we're going to start with Brute Squad and Ottis. Brute Squad requested a tag team contest, saying to Ottis, "Bring a tag team partner, I'll bring mine." As I pointed out earlier, Ottis finds the bizarre and unusual Mr. Fahrenheit. He's been found. Oh, collar elbow tie up. Brute Squad with the obvious size and strength advantage. Don't know why Ottis thinks he could contest with direct grappling with the Brute Squad. But that was a nice go behind, trying for the waist lock, going for the side headlock. Not too well applied. Brute Squad easily forces him off. Goes for the clothesline. Ottis ducks. Ottis ducks again. Here comes Ottis. A shoulder check just flies off the Brute Squad. And again, you don't want to challenge Brute Squad to a hitting contest. Brute Squad captures Ottis in the bear hug. Notice how he has the arms locked away. Brute Squad, the former security officer, knows how to handle people. And here comes Brute Squad, head of steam, avalanche in the corner. I don't think Brute Squad could be happier. He stated that he really doesn't like Ottis. This match is a very specific request. Brute Squad taking his time, methodically just dissecting Ottis, and now easily picks him up. Brute Squad, I'm told Jack Union and Venom have just come out. They're watching this match. Brute Squad's just pointed to them, saying, "The next one's for you." And there you see Jack Union and Venom. It's hard to believe that these two were beating each other senseless earlier. And now Matt Messiah's tagged in. This is his first time in an MCW contest, where it seems Knightmare and Brute Squad has instructed him well. Matt Messiah working on the leg of Ottis. Perhaps wise strategy. Ottis, though, easily counters out the spinning toe hold. And now tags in Mr. Fahrenheit. Very little is known about this man. We see him hanging around outside the School of Hard Knocks, insisting he wants to wrestle. He certainly knows his wrestling, we do know that. But because of his... a number of fans mocking Matt Messiah. You see Mr. Fahrenheit judging, analysing Matt Messiah. I would suggest Mr. Fahrenheit with the obvious size and strength advantage. He seems to know his way around the ring. Matt Messiah complaining to appointed referee Dan Tudor. There was some hair pulling. Both men circling, collar elbow tie up. And now Mr. Fahrenheit just forces. Whoa! A hard sounding chop that really hurt Matt Messiah. Hurt Mr. Fahrenheit's hand as well. Mr. Fahrenheit certainly knows his way around the ring. A very strong forearm strike. I'm guessing Mr. Fahrenheit is some sort of ring veteran. That was a perfectly executed and lethal spine buster. Mr. Fahrenheit certainly knows his way around the ring. Whoa. There you see the Brute Squad has distracted referee Dan Tudor, quickly allowing Matt Messiah to get the low blow in. And again, it looks like Knightmare has instructed this tag team very well. Matt Messiah in control. Certainly wouldn't think this is his first time in a wrestling match. I think he wanted to tag in Brute Squad there, but Matt Messiah measuring Mr. Fahrenheit. A very unique knee lift, knee strike. I'm very impressed with Matt Messiah as a wrestler. Taking his time. The flying neck snap, perfectly executed. And now again, Matt Messiah measuring Mr. Fahrenheit. Every time Mr. Fahrenheit rises up, Matt Messiah knocks him down. And now Mr. Fahrenheit reeling in pain, almost like Dr. Zoidberg. Matt Messiah showboating to the fans, although that's allowed Mr. Fahrenheit to tag in Ottis, against Ottis's will. There's not much continuity on this team, I will say that. Matt Messiah and Brute Squad seems to be a well-oiled unit. Okay, that sounded bizarre. Collar elbow tie up. This should be most interesting. Both have excelled through the School of Hard Knocks. Hammerlock applied there. And there you see Mr. Fahrenheit just posing for the camera. Ottis taunting Matt Messiah. Ottis does have the experience advantage, although that was a cardinal mistake. He threw Matt Messiah into the corner, although Brute Squad didn't tag in. It seems the Brute Squad is testing Matt Messiah. Here comes Ottis, going for his favourite move, the monkey flip. Ouch. Matt Messiah, I think, tried to land on his feet, but it just goes to show why, if you're uncertain how to counter a move, maybe you shouldn't try to do so. Ottis in control. A nice body slam. Lateral press, hooks the leg, and a count of 2. It's like Ottis is trying to get some positive energy, feeding off of the fans. And there you see Mr. Fahrenheit cheering on in his own unique way. And that was a very powerful headbutt. I think that's had Matt Messiah seeing stars, and now Ottis again with the rookie mistake. He's just Irish whipped Matt Messiah straight to the Brute Squad. That could be a critical error. And now the powerhouses. The powerhouses have entered the ring. Brute Squad and Mr. Fahrenheit sizing each other up. Mr. Fahrenheit calling for a test of strength. It does seem that Mr. Fahrenheit is a power wrestler, although I'm not sure how strong he is with that unusual bodysuit of his. Change of plan. Mr. Fahrenheit certainly seems intimidated by the Brute Squad. He's not going to win the contest of size and strength. Well, as I say earlier, I do believe Mr. Fahrenheit is some sort of ring veteran, and now Mr. Fahrenheit just getting rather excited. Brute Squad fends him off. Mr. Fahrenheit tags Ottis back in. We saw this contest earlier. Ottis didn't fare too well against the Brute Squad. Otis with a clothesline. You don't want to challenge the Brute Squad to a striking contest. He's been used to taking pain for so many years. Brute Squad easily muscles up. Mr. Fahrenheit waving bye-bye to Ottis. And as it was earlier, Brute Squad easily back in control. Brute Squad pointing to Venom and Jack Union. And now Brute Squad going for one of his favourite moves, the T-bone suplex. Using his own weight, his own bulk as a pendulum, sends Ottis flying. And there you see Matt Messiah taunting, humiliating Ottis. I'm really impressed with this alliance of Brute Squad and Matt Messiah. And now the double team. Ottis is at the mercy of Matt Messiah and the Brute Squad. Matt Messiah picking up, measuring Ottis. And now kicking away. He's in the corner, he's in the wrong part of town. I think that's a bit of retribution. Brute Squad helps himself to a few extras. Now Dan. Whip to the far side, straight to Mr. Fahrenheit. Again, another rookie mistake. Mr. Fahrenheit back in. Mr. Fahrenheit with a chop. And again, it seems the powerhouses. Whoa. A body slam with authority. Mr. Fahrenheit is clearly a ring veteran. That's a perfectly executed suplex. It seems his stamina, his resolve isn't that high. But he knows his way around the ring. That was a perfectly executed fisherman suplex. A perfect plex. For those of you who remember the legendary Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. Matt Messiah showing resiliency of his own. I think Mr. Fahrenheit would have got the win if he hooked the leg. And now tagging in Ottis against his own will. And now Mr. Fahrenheit and Ottis chopping away at Matt Messiah, but you see there's no sympathy from the Brute Squad. As I said earlier, I think he is simply testing Matt Messiah. Ottis in control. It was a very nice knee lift. It's just knocked Matt Messiah senseless. I think he's about out of it. He's barely unconscious. I don't think he even knew he was getting stamped on. And now Ottis going for the big O. It's the Samoan roll. He hits it. And now going for a very dubious looking press. Brute Squad didn't make much of an effort to break that. I'm not sure if Brute Squad cares that much that Matt Messiah lost the match. They see Jack Union and Venom looking on.